Hi Makle, இது உங்கள் Joe. Welcome to another program of Blah Blah with Joe. So guys, I know it's been a while since I've come and made a video. So yeah, I'm back. So இன்னைக்கு நான் என்ன வீடியோ பண்ண போறேன்னா actually IPL we couldn't cover completely. So அதால நான் at least I thought qualifiers ஆது நம்ம இதை கொஞ்சம் கவர் பண்ணிட்டு இந்த IPL 2025 எப்படி போகுது, யார் எப்படி இருக்காங்க, who's got a better chance to win, இதை பற்றி எல்லாம் பேசலாம்னு சொல்லி தான் இன்னைக்கோட வீடியோ நான் கொண்டு வந்திருக்கேன். And as usual we have our sports enthusiast Rakesh with us. Hi Rakesh.
Hi Joe. All good. How are you?
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. Long time. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, how are you?
Hey, yeah, seriously long time. ஆமா, போன ஐபிஎல்ல நம்ம மீட் பண்ணதுன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். அதுக்கப்புறம் இந்த ஐபிஎல்ல தான் நம்ம மீட் பண்றோம். So Rakesh, first of all let me ask you this. எதிர்பார்த்த 4 டீம் தான் ஐபிஎல்க்கு வந்ததா? I mean, did you predict that these 4 teams would come or were you expecting any other teams?
So my prediction before, to be very honest, before the IPL started, I predicted RCB for sure. Okay, because they had a very good auction. Okay. I predicted MI for sure because they have a very balanced team and they retain their core players, which is MI order team is more or less the Indian national team, like 4 or 5 players play for the national team, so they are a very solid side. Yeah, so MI also. I also predicted Punjab to make it because of the Shreyas Iyer and Ricky Ponting factor, because they did really well at DC before this when they worked together at DC.
Yes.
So I expected them to do well, and Shreyas Iyer is a very underrated captain. We'll go into that in detail later on. And the fourth team that I predicted was SRH. GT came out of syllabus. I predicted SRH because last year they had a phenomenal year.
Last year's performance.
Yeah, they had a very good brand of cricket that they played, but they underperformed this year. They disappointed this year. So I'll say I got 3 out of 4 right.
So one thing everyone was sure of was that CSK was not making it this season to the qualifiers.
Yeah, I mean, see, I didn't pick CSK to make it to the qualifiers, but at the same time, I didn't expect them to finish 10th either. It was not, that is also out of syllabus. They had a fairly average auction, but then, you know CSK is used to having such auctions. They're used to getting the best out of such players and all that. But I think, the difference between this particular CSK squad and the previous CSK squads is, CSK pick players that are past their prime, okay, and they perform out of their capability in the last few years, and then they let them go, okay. ஆனா என்ன பிரச்சனைனா, இப்போ இதுக்கு முன்னாடி CSK வாங்கின பிளேயர்ஸ்லாம் பார்த்தனா, like if you take a Watson or if you take a Dwayne Bravo, or even if you take a Rahane or a Raidu, right, these players had had a solid peak. They're world class. They are world class players that had a very good peak, right? Deepak Hooda, Vijay Shankar, Tripathi never really had a peak. So I think that's where CSK went wrong. They picked players who are not really, even who are average players past their prime. So I think that's why their season went that way.
I understand. Okay, coming to the main question now. Just like you, like me and a lot of other sports people, we want to know Qualifier 1, Punjab versus RCB. It's happening in Mulanpur. Punjab favorable on the ground. They're going to have the home support and all those things. What do you think? How are these two teams placed? Let's start with Punjab. Punjab being the home team. Let's start with Punjab. So what are your expectations of Punjab in this match?
League stage, if you look at it, I think they played 2 games. RCB beat Punjab at Mulanpur, and Punjab beat RCB at Chinnaswamy, right? So RCB has won 7 out of 7 games away, which is, I think, an all-time IPL record, which no franchise has done so far. So that is a phenomenal achievement for RCB. At the same time, Punjab, has had a very good season. I think they have scored 200 plus on 11 occasions or 9 occasions when they batted first this year. I'm not sure if but they have. Wow. That's proof that they are a team that likes to bat first and put a very good total on board, and I think Shreyas Iyer's captaincy has been brilliant because if you look at it, if you look at their foreign player core, right, Ippo and the Jansen illa, but group stages they had Jansen, Josh Inglis, and who were the other 2 players, Stoinis and they played Jamieson last game, but otherwise I think they played Omasai, right? So if you look at all these players, these are not like big name overseas players like a Butler, or a Trent Bolt, or a Josh Hazelwood. They're not superstar names. They are just about decent foreign players. And look at their Indian core. Okay, Prabsimran Singh, Priyan Sharia, Nehal Vadera, Shashank Singh, Harpreet Brar, and some games Vaishak Vijay Kumar has played, right? All of these are uncapped players. Their entire Indian core is uncapped except Shreyas Iyer and Arshdeep Singh, right? So
and also UV.
Yuzi, sorry,
there,
I miss Yuzi, but
yeah.
Yuzi. So, but if you look at the core, right, it's completely uncapped, and that shows the leadership credentials of Shreyas Iyer. He has been an extraordinary captain, so that's why I think Punjab is deservedly finishing at the top of the table, and rightfully RCB is second. I think there is no one who can deny that these two teams deserve to play Qualifier 1. That's the kind of season that these two teams have had. So RCB again. Coming into this particular fixture, right? Let us not talk about the previous games that they played. That is completely inconsequential right now because appo Punjab in the form vera, appo RCB in the form vera, ippo Punjab irukra form vera, ippo RCB irukra form vera. So ipo enna in the qualifier munnadi aana matches paatha Punjab and RCB both have not had like a very convincing run to the qualifier, right? Punjab beat Mumbai convincingly, but at the same time they lost to Delhi before that unable to defend 207, Delhi is not a great team, let's be honest. Okay, Delhi is a very average team and their bowling couldn't restrict Delhi's batting. Now coming to RCB, they conceded I think 220 plus against SRH, they conceded 220 plus against LSG, so their bowling is found wanting. So both of the teams, I think bowling is a concern. Yes, Hazelwood is going to be back for RCB. He's going to be playing the playoffs. But then you have to also take into factor that Hazelwood is coming back from an injury. You don't know. Even Bumrah came back from an injury 3 months after 3 months for MI. He took I think 1 or 2 games to hit full throttle. So when a player comes back from injury, it is not going to he's not going to hit peak form immediately. And he hasn't bowled in a month, so you don't know what kind of form Hazelwood is going to be in. And let's be honest, apart from Hazelwood, that bowling attack doesn't look threatening. RCB's bowling attack. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, Yash Dayal, Krunal Pandya, Suresh Sharma, they've all been taken apart in the last couple of years. Right? So considering this and considering the batting depth and potential that Punjab has, I'm going for a Punjab win in Qualifier 1.
Yeah, coming to that, before there are some other things that we need to address, especially the injuries. Okay, be it Punjab, I do not know whether UV is still ready or not. Yuzi Chahal.
He is.
And India vandittu Tim David. Still. So what are your things of injuries? Who do you think they'll play?
Yeah, that's a very good point. I think based on what I read, Yuzi Chahal is fit. I read a couple of articles on X that said that I think Ponting said that Yuzi Chahal is ready for the playoffs. So I think he'll play the Qualifier 1.
He's ready for the playoffs.
Yeah, and I think he didn't play the game against Mumbai and the game against Delhi as a precautionary thing, not to aggravate an injury. I think that's where RCB made a mistake against SRH. Tim David was struggling to walk. He was limping. I don't know if it's a hamstring injury or it was just a cramp. I'm not sure what it was, but it looked like a hamstring injury. They made him bat for about. They asked him to come and bat. That game was done. Okay, even when Tim David came to bat, the game was done for all money. But RCB, they wanted to desperately finish. They knew that if they won that game, they would finish in top 2 then and there itself, right? So they pushed Tim David despite being injured to play that game. He was not even able to run in the sense deep la adichu kuda avanala oda mudiyala. One run kuda oda mudiyala. So avan andha mari and force panni aada vechadhu vandu avanoda injury aggravate panniducha illiyanu we don't know. So he didn't,
and he's very important. That's the most important thing. Like Tim David, the kind of role he plays.
Absolutely, he is the finisher. He does what a Marcus Stoinis does for Punjab, or a Hardik or a Namandir does for Mumbai Indians. He plays that role for RCB, right? That last 2-3 overs, to score around 4 to 5 sixes, get a 30 or 25 from 10 to 11 balls, right? That is his role, and he's been doing that very well. So is he fit or not? I don't know. Again, there is no news on his availability yet. As of now, it's still a question mark. So if he's not playing, again, it gives Punjab an even more, I'll give them a bigger edge also, because Livingston will play instead of him. You saw Livingston, he got out for a first ball duck last game against LSG, and I don't rate Livingston very much as a finisher. He's okay as a number 4 or number 5 batter, but if he's going to play Tim David's role, I don't see him actually having much of an impact. So so considering all these factors, I think I'll give Punjab an edge.
So Punjab, and what about the ground? This is Mulanpur. So if you win the toss, what do you think ideally they should do?
So Mulanpur has had about 3 games played there, I think, because Punjab is one of those teams which has multiple home venues. They have Chandigarh, Mulanpur as one of the homes. They have Dharamshala as a home. So they have a couple of homes, and I think out of the 3 games that they played at home at Mulanpur, one game they I think they scored 209 against Rajasthan, and Rajasthan lost by I think 4 or 5 runs. They were one of those few games where Rajasthan bottled an easy chase, and the other 2 games, the one against RCB, Punjab only scored 157 or 158, and RCB chased it very comfortably. And the other game was that iconic 111 game where they defended it against KKR. Remember KKR bottled it from 72 for 3. I think they were all out for 95. So it's a very unpredictable ground. I mean, if you look at the scores, you have 209, you have 157, you have 111. So you can't really tell what kind of a pitch it's going to turn, actually pan out. So I think we don't know. We'll only know tomorrow what kind of a pitch it is. But I think beat RCB or Punjab, whoever it is, bat first. That's what I would do, because playoffs, chasing pressure is always there for whichever team it is. Even though RCB have won many games chasing, you don't want to be chasing in qualifiers, in crunch games, right? These are the games where you want to bat first, put a big total on the board and try to defend it. And one more thing which I wanted to highlight is RCB, again, Rajat Patidar is not going to be playing as a captain as far as I know.
Yes, exactly.
So, Jitesh,
I understand he's the captain, but if you could just sum up that in 30 seconds, I want to take that question. Is Rajat Patidar actually necessary in the squad at the moment?
See,
at least the 11th.
The thing is, there isn't an experienced player who can just walk into the playoffs and have a huge impact to replace Patidar. That's not going to happen for RCB. They don't really have an Indian player who can do that. If they have to bring in a foreign player, then they have to change their whole combination, overseas combination. They'll probably have to drop Livingston and play another Indian instead of that. So, adu panna mudiyadhu avangalaala. And the truth is, Patidar is a good player. He's actually a very good player. But the problem is, ever since he got that injury and ever since he's been playing as an impact player rather than a captain, his form has been horrible. Right? He's scored
dipped a lot.
Barely around 100 runs in the last 7 games or so. His average is I think 14 or 15. So he has been a liability, to be very honest. And RCB are also going to miss Padikkal, who has had a big impact this season. I don't rate Padikkal actually as a batter, because he has had he's one of those players who people hype up a lot, but he's not really performed to that level in most of the seasons, be it RR or LSG. He's had very lackluster seasons, but this year he has done phenomenally well for RCB, right? So the games that he's played, he has had a very good impact. He's given those 27 from 12 balls or 40 from 20 balls kind of knocks. And so instead of him, Mayank Agarwal is playing. Yesterday, again, I would rate Mayank's knock, a lot, because it's LSG. LSG's bowling is probably one of the worst in the league. So I'm not going to read too much into Mayank Agarwal's knock from yesterday. But against SRH, he didn't do much. So I think that Mayank Agarwal and Patidar's position, both of the players are out of form. And that puts even more pressure on Salt and Kohli to give a big start. If Salt and Kohli fall in the power play, then RCB are in huge trouble.
Perfect. Okay, so that's what I wanted to hear from you. So guys, the best thing about Qualifier 1 is that even if you lose this game, you still have a backup game that you can play in Qualifier 2. I'm sorry, Eliminate
Qualifier 2,
2. So, yeah, that's what we wanted to know, Rakesh. So, Rakesh is predicting a Punjab win tomorrow. So, guys, the match is happening tomorrow in Mulanpur, Punjab. It's going to be Punjab versus RCB. It's going to happen at 7:30 p.m. So, you guys, please book your slots. Make sure we are there to watch the match, and let's see if things go as per Rakesh's predictions. Once again, Rakesh, thank you very much, and we'll be talking to you soon regarding the other matches. There's the Eliminator 1, 2, and all those things.
Thank you.
All right?
All right, let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. So, guys, yes, that's it from me for today. So, Idhe Mari, I'll come up with another video talking about the other matches. Until then, this is your Joe, signing off from Blah Blah with Joe. Bye bye.